Alright, let's see how that's working. That seems to be doing fine. Oh, what's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen? Shebang! Nope, that's not the one I want. Shebang! There we go. Wow, that was way too close for my liking. That was way too close. Okay. Let's see. Am I coming in? God, this lighting is horrible. But you know what? I can deal with that. New setup, new rules, etc., etc. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello! YouTube user more of Mo. What's poppin'? What's the haps? Oh my god, I look like fucking... Frankenstein? No, that's not the name that I need to remember. Why is my hair doing this? It's really hot in here, so it's like... I'm poofing out. Look like a season 1 Frasier Crane. Where am I? Where's my stuff? I am just as good as this as I remember. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna do some makeup. Because it's Sunday. And I wanna hang out, do some beautification, and just chill out, you know? Also, I have a new laptop, so I might actually be able to do more of this stuff again. I went to my first convention yesterday when it was amazing. Hell yes! That's awesome. I still remember my first convention. It seemed like a lifetime ago. 23 years to this very day. That is awesome, though. Like, I think what was my first convention? Like, I remember my first convention was... Oh, God, this makes me look oily as fuck. Jesus Christ. It's Primer. Things are gonna go on top of this. Chat, who's tired? Me. I am. It's been a big week. So I just want to chillax, relax, do some makeup, and have a fun time. But yeah, I still remember my first convention. I think... Was my first convention one that I tabled at? No. I went to, like, a local convention the year before I tabled in the Artist Alley. Literally to do research for the Artist Alley. I remember this now. It's all coming back to me, slowly but surely. Like, I went to a really small, like, my first convention was a really small pop culture convention, and, like, I was literally going to it to do research on, like, how to, like, set up a table and sell prints. Because this was at a time where I was still, like, drawing more frequently and doing more, like, visual creative stuff. I mean, what I do is still creative stuff, but it's not drawing on a tablet or whatever. But yeah, like, well, I'm not getting that tube back. I just dropped it on the fucking floor. Jesus. But yeah, my first convention was literally just scouting out to do research. And I think I chose, like, a bad first convention, I think. Because, like, the first convention I ever went to was at, like, a really small, like, events place. Like, it was literally at a place that they do agricultural events. Like, I was like, wow, everyone's here dressed as Doctor Who in a barn where they keep horses 90% of the year. Hello! YouTube user Stygian. What's poppin'? I wasn't notified that this started for some reason. I think... Now, I could be wrong here, but I think that sometimes YouTube streams only alert people that they're going live, like, a couple of minutes into it, you know? Like, I have nothing to base this on, actually, now that I think about it. Like, I am literally just going off rumor and hearsay here, but I think when someone turns a stream on live, like, it takes, like, a couple of minutes before people are notified. Because otherwise, you'll have a case where, like, oh, someone's live, they're just testing something. Someone's live, their settings are fucked up and they have to start up again. Someone's live, and it's just, like, a whole thing. You know what? The more I'm talking about this, the more I realize I don't actually know what I'm talking about. And I could be entirely wrong about everything that I'm saying. But I'm going to continue saying it because that's... I'm on the internet. That's what people do. Delightful. I think I may have turned off notifications, but I can't be bothered to check, so we may never know. And we may never know. That's totally fine. Nobody has ever lied on the internet. That's right. You think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Actually, I gotta take this off. I like how this choker looks on me, but I think for the sake of makeup and cosmetics, it needs to come off because, like, I need to do a lot of shit down here. Like, I need to apply powders and pigments and ointments and lotions and etc. etc. Speak your truth, even if it isn't the truth. No! We can't encourage people to do that. That's how evil people operate. You can't stop me. I'm speaking your truth. Your truth is evil. Sometimes. I finally got a choker and I love it, but it's also so uncomfy. That is just how they are, you know. I don't know if that's just something that people need to get used to or if there's, like, a strategy. And it also all depends on, like, the thing that you have, right? Like, I think it all comes down to what the actual choker is. Because, like, this one right here, it's pretty slim, it's pretty inoffensive. Like, it just sits around my neck and, like, doesn't really do anything, right? I've got a couple of others. Like, I think, like, I got this one right here. The thicker they get, like, the more of a strangulatory situation it is. I've got one that's, like, this thick. Like, literally, like, it sits around the entirety of my neck, and it makes me feel like I'm doing this all the time. Like, I feel like an emu, because I'm just, like, my neck literally has to be in the tallest way that it could possibly be. Like, at just every point of time. At every point in time. I don't have a choice in the matter. It has a heart on the front, but it's designed in the way that stabs directly into my neck. Some of them just do that. And that's just an unfortunate thing that, you know, the unfortunate price of alternative beauty, I'm afraid. I fear my neck is not built for it. Well, it all comes down to, like, you know, sometimes it's your neck, sometimes it's the actual build of the thing itself. I feel like some of them aren't really, you know, tested super well, for lack of a better term. You know, like, I do feel as though, like, the really thick ones that I have, I'm like, who is this even for? Because, like, I got a big neck. I'm a big guy. But, like, it goes around there and just, like, completely strangles me. It also shits me when you get a choker that, like, doesn't really have, what do you call it? Like, it doesn't have enough, like, size links on the back. So, like, you put the hole in it to fucking connect it together like a belt or some shit like that. But, like, it doesn't have enough, like, sizing holes. So you can either strangle yourself or just have it, like, sit really loose like a big dangly necklace that doesn't work properly. And there's no in between. It always shits me. Okay. Oh god, the color correction in this thing's just going crazy. I swear I'm not this mottled and pasty. One of my lights keeps rotating the wrong direction. It's fucking me up. Yep, that's exactly what mine is like. And some of them are just like that, honestly. Like, how are they sizing these things? Whenever you go to buy one online, it's always like one size, but the size it always is like stupid. Old man yells at cloud. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay. I'm looking a little orange, and I'm not entirely sure whether that's just, like, the lighting setup that I have. It might just be the lighting setup I have, actually. De-orangify. Become more muted. I am your god. I command you to do so. How does this look? Yeah, that's better. The lighting in my room is absolute garbage on the best of days, and that's just something that I have to deal with. And you'd have no idea, you'd have no idea how much of, like, an actual role the lighting of a particular room that you're in, like, plays into fucking everything. Like, my walls, the ones that I haven't, like, slapped bootleg soundproofing on, my walls in here are, like, the grossest shade of beige you've ever seen in your entire life. So anytime, like, light bounces from any lights or anything like that, it's, like... It just makes me look washed out, and I have to try really hard to, like, color correct things in post and everything like that, because, like, the lighting in here is just awful. Under normal circumstances, I have one light, it's directly above me, and it's... It has light bulbs from 1966. I'll say that much. Today's stream sponsored by Sprite with tea. I don't know why they decided to put tea in Sprite, but you know what? I fuck with it. I ain't knocking it, it works. Okay. Got a bit of a base there. Tea. I mean, it's not even like real tea. Like, it's like yummers. Enough. Like, it's not even like real tea. It's the kind of like, it's the kind of tea that they put in iced tea. You know, the kind that isn't like actual tea and is like clearly something different because it tastes so freaking sweet all the time. I don't know what to call it. And so I shan't. I've started getting boba recently and I love it. Boba is evil. Like, it's tasty. It tastes good. But, like... I mean, You're right, it is great. And I do love it. But it's also, like... If I drink this, I'm gonna be drinking it for the next 7 days. And, like, it's just sugar. Like, it's all sugar. That's what makes it so good, though. Like, the pearls, sugar. The custard, sugar. The jellies, sugar. It's all it is. It's so good. The Ethan. That's right, it's me. I do not fear death. I also don't fear death. What I do fear is diabetes, which runs in my family, so it's actually something that I vaguely need to be concerned about. Okay. Oh, God. I'm trying to, like, see how I can deal with this, like... I got this, like, mad stubble on my neck right now, which, like, I thought I got rid of, but I also, like... I've tried this new, what do you call it? I tried this new, like, I tried this new, like, exfoliant thing that I got from The Ordinary lately. And, like, hey, credit where it's due, that shit annihilated my skin cells. Like, fully stripped them off. And it was like this evil red liquid, too. Like, it was literally like a bottle of, like, a liquid that was, like, deep crimson red. It literally looked like blood. It literally looked like I was, like, squirting blood onto my face, and it burned. Like, it literally had, like, an acidic sensation on my skin, because it was an exfoliant. It was literally burning away my skin cells, and so I think it's, like, kind of, like, highlighted the stubble on my neck right now, which, like... you know, it is what it is. It be what it be. Hello, YouTube user Silver Scratch Build Productions. What's poppin'? Blood. I mean, that's exactly what it looked like. It was a bottle, it was like that big, and it was like blood red. It was like squirting blood onto my face, and it ate away my skin cells, which was very scary. But I will say, as soon as I did it, I was smooth as hell, baby. Like, it was soft as fuck right up there. Okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to get a bit of contouring going on? I don't think I want to get super into contouring today. I'm a little iffy as to how, like, the lighting's sort of, like, showing on my face right now, and I feel like if I do anything major in the contouring department, it'll just make me look like... Something like that, you know? Painting Tyranids? Hell yes! I've been thinking about going back to painting Tyranids recently. Like, I've got a whole bunch of them still lying around. I literally just said I wasn't going to do anything with contouring, and I literally just started. God fucking damn it. Why do I do this? I literally, like, zoned out. Yeah, this is how I... This is how I smudge makeup. There are no rules. I missed the secrets of the smoothness. It was a tiny little chemical exfoliant that I got at The Ordinary, which is one of my favorite skincare places. It is blood red, and when I put it on my face, it makes me look like I have a disease. I need to go paint my Tyranids. I got a handful for that for my birthday, and they're still half assembled. Ain't that the way? My Tyranids have just been sitting there since I got the Leviathan set, like, Jesus, literal years ago at this point. When I first moved to Canada in, like, 2023 or something like that. And so they've just been sitting there this entire time. I painted some of them. And I did have a lot of fun with the ones that I painted, but, like, I just need to get back to them. I want to... Please paint more bugs. The swarm must grow. Look. I'm thinking about it. It's on my radar. That's all I'm gonna say. See, the thing for Tyranids and me is that, like, I thought there were way less Tyranids than there actually were. Because, like, my local Warhammer store doesn't really have, like, a huge selection of Tyranids. So every time I would go in to do some shopping and I would, like, go look at the Tyranid section, it was always the same, like, 4 things. It was, like, Hormagaunts, Barbagaunts, a fucking, the big one. And, like, that was it. And I was under the impression for the longest time that that was literally, like, all there were in the Tyranid department. But it turns out there's a lot of them. Biovores, Tyrannofexes, Psychophages, Hormagaunts. I said Hormagaunts in the first bit, but, like, you know what I mean. Turns out you just need to buy them all online, which is what I have not been doing. I love your earrings. Thank you. They are dangly, and they hurt when I do that, and yet I still do that all the time. Hive Tyrant is like the only kid I see in 90% of shops. Hive Tyrant, that was the one. That was the big one. God, I'm a fake fan. Alright, I should actually put some stuff in my eyes now. But yeah, like, I just assumed that the Tyranids only had, like, 4 models. And I've completely lost one of my tools. Where are you? Oh, there you are. And I mean, I'm sure it's perfectly viable to run an entire Tyranid army with, like, 7 different Hive Tyrants. Actually, no, that's a lie. I know you can only have 3 outside of battle line units, of which you can have 6. And dedicated transports. Don't actually me. But yeah, I don't know. Tyranids are fun. I played Space Marine too. What can I say? Like, I've got more exposure to the bug boys now. Content. Okay. Ha. Tyrannofex mentioned. Let's go! Just finishing a Tyrannofex after 30 hours onto my Trigon, another 30 to 35 hour paintathon. Good luck. I'm trying to get all of my orcs done by October, because that's Armies on Parade. I want to get like a full actual army complete for Armies on Parade this year, and that's my goal. And I'm gonna hold myself to that, because nobody else is gonna hold me to it. Nobody's gonna hold me. I know it's gross when I do this because I'm like pulling down my eyes and like touching my waterline, but it's an important part of the process, and I will not apologize for it. Ugh. I have a lot of Imperial Fist Terminators and a dummy thick Leviathan Dreadnought. Let's go! I still need to finish my Leviathan Dreadnought. I actually, I've been so tempted lately to, like, buy a bottle of isopropyl alcohol and just, like, melt down all of the Space Marines that I painted so far. Because, like, I don't know. I like the fact... I don't have anything against the Ultramarines. You know me. I am, like, the #1 Ultramarine, defender in the year 2025. But, like, there's just so many different cool Space Marines out there. I think if I did paint Space Marines again, I would literally just paint each individual Space Marine a different chapter. Because I think that would just be fun, right? I love Tyranids so much. My beautiful bug girlies. Hell yeah. I'll admit they're growing on me. I was a hater for a little bit. But I see their merit. Imperial Fists are peak. I absolutely agree. If it wasn't for the fact that my Orc color scheme has, like, yellow highlights on them, and even just painting this amount of yellow has been an absolute nightmare for me. If it weren't for that, I would paint Imperial Fists. Because I love the colors, I love their vibe, I love their stalwart defensiveness. But painting yellow sucks, man. It's so much more needlessly difficult than it needs to be. I'm having a lot of trouble putting shit on this eye for some reason. Why is it so difficult? Like, I feel like the other eye was way easier to do than this one. Just gotta touch it up. It takes me so much longer when I'm yapping, but that's fine. I think the blue looks very nice with red and yellow. That is a good color combination. But I will always be a fister. Well, don't say that. Don't say that on the internet. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and, like, repaint some of the Space Marines that I have to be, like, of just, like, all the different legions. Because, like, now that I'm, like, reading all of the Horus Heresy books and everything like that, just all of them are so much fun in their own way. Even the ones who suck. They have, like, their own ways in which they don't suck. Fist and Nids, but also Votan now because the new models look amazing. I know! I was very happy. I was very happy with, what do you call it? I was very happy with the new reveals that we got recently. Like, some of those Combat Patrol boxes for the Space Marines that they dropped, look. That's why I've been thinking about Space Marines. Part of me's tempted. Part of me wants to go all in. Part of me wants to spend another $200 on boxes of Space Marines that I'm not... I have Space Marines I could be painting now. Like, I have big blue men that I could be painting right this very second. But the new boxes look nice. And they give me more men to paint. And what is life if not just an excuse to assemble more men? I need dudes. Okay, let's see. For my eyes... I mean, the eyes is always, like, the main part that I look to do, so where am I? Ugh! I got this new palette, look at this. I'm very excited, I wanna play with at least one of these colors. Oh, it's got a little mirror inside there, too, how nice! Ah! I can't show you my stream stats. I want to get a Warhound Titan so bad. I don't know, I'm pretty mixed on Titans, actually. Like, I can appreciate them, but I don't think I'd want to own one myself. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I've had a lot of fun fighting Titans in, like, actual games that I've played, but I feel like having one... I don't know, I prefer the flexibility that, like, more little guys gives you compared to, like, one or two giant big things. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just a crazy me thing, I don't know. That top left color reminds me of the Alpha Legion's color. It kind of does, doesn't it? Also, I gotta see, like, where are we talking about? Because it's all backwards for me. Yeah, no, I get it. I get you. I need a Tyranid Biotitan as a diorama. Tibbs, that's so real. My lust for, like, a centerpiece mini has, like, grown exponentially. Actually, no, I just bought one recently. I forgot. It's been a while since I've streamed, so I haven't been able to, like, yap as much as I have in the past. But, like, I bought... Oh, God, what is it? Actually, no, I still have the box down here. I still got the fucking box down here. What am I talking about? Because my room's a fucking garbage pile. I got this fucking thing. You see this? The Big Ed Boss Bunker. I cannot stress enough. This unit right here, it's not a piece of terrain. It's a unit, a straight-up fortification. This is by far the worst unit in Warhammer history. It is an orc fortification that cannot move in one of the most mobile, like, frontline aggressive armies in the game. It is a fortification that cannot move, has 4 giant machine guns on it, and a huge laser eye. In the worst shooting army in the entire game. I am spending like 160 points to get this thing, which can only shoot for the guys that are notoriously bad at shooting. It has, like, a giant laser eye that can, like, annihilate a tank, kind of, that has a 5-up ballistic skill. What am I gonna do with that? Oh, God, this game is stupid. I love it. I think I've become a mini-sized queen. I keep getting bigger and bigger bugs and look at them thinking they need to be bigger. I get that, though. I think the thing for me is that I painted, like, 1 Tyranid, and I'm like, damn, this is, like, 5 points worth of bug right here. It'd be so much more convenient if I just had, like, 4 giant bugs, and that was my army. What if we take the bunker and push it somewhere else? God, I wish. All I wish was that... I just wish there was some way that I could do some rules shenanigans to, like, move the Big Ed Boss Bunker. Like, I wish there was some loophole that I could exploit to give it, like, the deep strike ability, so I can just... Boom! Like, just shove it in the middle of the battlefield somewhere. I don't know how that would be possible, and I don't know what rule I would need to exploit to do it, but... I don't know. Instead of buying the Alfarius Mini, I got a Proxy of him and Omegon for like $12 each. Hell yeah. I actually bought some Proxy Minis recently. The first ones ever. Go me. I'm gonna put white on here, I hope. Oh God, I'm touching my eyes. Ah. I don't know if I'm using this thing correctly, but whatever. I don't know if there's a correct way to use a smudge stick. Is the Alfarius and Omegon, like, they're not... Can you use those in Horus Heresy? Like, I know they don't exist in fucking 40k proper, but, like... I can never like, I know, I've seen so many pictures of, like, the Primarch models for Horus Heresy, supposedly. But, like, how does that look? Oh, it's probably a little too thick, maybe? I don't know. Deep strike drilling the bunker would be sick. Hell yeah, it would. The orcs don't get a lot of deep strike, but they don't get a lot of deep strike potential, which I think is strange, because they have the, like, meteor drop pods that, like, smack into the middle of battlefields. We need that on the tabletop. I also got a Proxy Alpha Legion Dreadnought for $25 and some Terminators too, all for less than half of the Alfarius Mini. I mean, that's just good value. Just means you can't play in, like, tournament settings. Which I get. I mean, honestly, I love that, like, proxy models exist, right? Because, like, I know this sounds weird coming from me because, like, all of my Warhammer shit is, like, official, right? But, like, it's not lost on me that, like, I think that one of the biggest things that you're paying for when you pay for the exorbitantly expensive Warhammer models that you can get from gamesworkshop.store.com is that, like, you're paying for the brand. Like, you're not just paying for the little plastic miniatures, because those, at the end of the day, are very cheap. But, like, you're paying for the fact that they are official Warhammer models, which, like, for some people, that's a value that they enjoy. But for other people, like, they don't give a shit, right? Like, I have so many friends and people out there who would absolutely love to paint Warhammer, but, like, they don't give a shit about Warhammer. And for them, you know, 3D printing and proxy models and everything like that, it's great. Like, you can get a tiny little guy for, like, I don't know, $10 at a 3D printer receptacle somewhere. I don't know what the businesses are called. You go on Etsy, there's like a billion of them. And, like, for them, that's great. But, like, I do feel like the most expensive part of Warhammer is, like, the brand name. Like, you're buying official Warhammer models. Like, you're buying the Sanguinary Guard, which has, like, ties to the lore and the books and da-da-da-da-da. And for some people, that's worth it. And for other people, they don't give a shit. I use proxies, but there are other 40k models. That's next level. I personally prefer narrative games. That's totally fair, Tibbs. Like, I've never played a narrative game. I've always kind of wanted to. But, like, for me, it's... I do like the strategy. I'm the kind of, like, crunchy nerd that really loves, you know, figuring out the optimal strategies and etc., etc. I put my smudge stick down, and I think that was too early to do that. Let's see, what did I put it? Of course, the one thing that I need is the one thing that I immediately throw away. Am I losing my mind? Where is it? Did I drop it? I don't know. That's okay. That's fine. My first Terminator Captain is my favorite mini that I have. They gave him a helmet to cut off his iron halo and replace it with a little Imperial Fist logo. Hell yes. I love that. I love the way that people like kit bash and personalize their models. It's why I love playing the Orcs. Also, speaking of proxies, you can proxy Orc models really easily because they all look like shit. They're all ramshackle in their own way. I'd love to do Warhammer, but I can't really justify 500 to 800 grand for a pack of Space Marines. Listen, it is true. That's where the proxies come in. Which I know not everybody's gonna be into. I don't know, like, it is, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I am always of the mind that half of the cost of Warhammer is the brand name, which, like, isn't going to appeal to everybody, you know? I have a wealthy grandma, and I'm her favorite, so I get all the Warhammer I want. Let's go! Love that shit. If only. Have you seen the app Adept Roll? It simulates rolling 1,000,000 dice to see how well some attacks do. Honestly, I've been looking for a dice rolling app like that. I played a game the other week, and man, if you've ever had to play with a squad of 20 orcs, all armed with shooters, all of whom get 3 attacks, and then an extra, like, 1 attack if they, you know, are within a certain distance because they have rapid fire, it was nuts. Like, I had to Google, you know, I think it was like 64d6. Like, I had to simulate 64 dice rolls. And I barely hit anything because I had to roll a 5 up because the orcs are... My first 40k minis was the Black Templar Combo Patrol, and I still haven't finished it because painting black just isn't fun. Yeah. Honestly, I feel that. Like... It all depends, right? Like, I feel like there's some paint jobs you can get away with that are, like, easy for black. Like, I think I painted one of my Space Marines. Like, I had, like, a Lieutenant Space Marine that I painted in the Death Watch colors. And that was really fun, because it was literally just, like, I spray painted in black, and then, like, I gave him, like, silver highlights. And that was cool, right? Yeah, but, like, some black color schemes, you gotta, like, prime it black, and then, like, do weird highlights and shit like that. Like, it's... I get what you mean by that. Especially putting white on black, which I'm guessing is, like, the hardest part of the Black Templars. Because it's, like, once you... It's so hard making something lighter off of a dark base coat. So it's, like... Ugh. One of the reasons why I've never tried to paint Black Templars. That and the connotations. I don't know Warhammer, but my fella does. He gives me his old models to paint, and I use holographic nail powders on them. Let's go! I love that shit. I've always wanted to see what it would be like to like, paint a Warhammer model with, like, nail polish and shit like that. I mean, Lord knows I've got that shit lying around. Love your content, Art Man. Thank you. YouTube user Make. One of the two. Let's see. Let's try to blend this in a little bit. I'm trying this new thing where I put, like, eyeshadow on top of the smudge stick that I use. Black Templars are lame as fuck, but their new models are dope, so I'm gonna be turning them into fists. Hey, that's so real. That's so real. I don't know, maybe they could be cool. The musician Jonathan Young has an album about Warhammer coming out in a few days. I always get those. Like, who is it? It's like Jonathan Young and Colm R. McGuinness are always on my fucking, like, Spotify release radar. And, like, Jonathan Young, he's got some bangers. I'll give him that much. You know what I mean? I think Colm R. McGuinness has used some, like, fucking AI on some of his album art. I think, based on just what I've seen, which I don't really vibe with, but I mean, I'll tell you what, boy can sing. My mirror's really blurry for some reason, so it's like, I absolutely cannot see how this eyeshadow's turning out. It's not that bad, actually. Talking about models, I'm busy with my 124 Toyota GT 1 Lehman's racing car. That's awesome. I feel like in another life, I would be the kind of person who'd absolutely fuck around with, you know, those model racing cars, you know? Like, when I was growing up, I had so many, like, hobby shops near me. There was just nothing but, you know, trains and model cars and all of those, like, really intense, like, miniature kits. And I feel like in another life, I would have absolutely loved those. The shoulders being white with black symbols is so annoying because I'll accidentally get some black on the white and have to redo the whole shoulder pad. That sucks, and I know exactly what you mean. Right now I'm going through and I'm painting up some of my, what are they? I'm painting up some of my Orc Breaker Boys, the new Kill Team one that just dropped. And, God, for some reason I had the awful idea of priming them in yellow. Just to give it a try, just to see how it is, you know? And, like, I immediately regret it. Because, like, it has just been the hardest thing to ever deal with. Like, I've had to go back and, like, repaint things so many times because I primed them all yellow. And I only have myself to blame. Like, I did this. I fucked this up. I fucked this up. From now on, I'm just priming everything in black. Like, I'm not even priming them in green anymore. Because, like, I'm lucky enough that my, like, default orc skin color is Death Guard green, which they actually have, like, a spray primer for. But, like, it's always so much more trouble than it's worth, I find. Like, I'll get it done. Like, I'll paint it, and I'll prime it in green, and I'll be like, oh, this will save me so much time because the skin's already painted. But then I have to paint everything black. I have to paint everything brown, like... And I have to really get in there in the details because you can easily see when something hasn't been painted, when it hasn't been primed in black. And I'm like, I have fucked this up for me and me alone. I just got the Mass Effect board game and I'm probably going to paint the models. Hell yes. Honestly, I kind of fuck with games that, like, give you little plastic models that you can paint. I feel like more board games are doing that lately, and I vibe with it. You only stream on YouTube, or do you stream on several platforms all at once? Listen, if I can get multi-streaming working, I'll probably do that, but right now it's just YouTube. Right now it's just YouTube, YouTube user Milosophy. It's been a while since I've streamed as well. I'm actually just, like, testing out a new setup because I've got a new laptop. It's a fancy one. And it actually sort of, like, runs really well for some reason. Like, I've got, like, a good personal laptop, right? But I got this new laptop. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is just, like, for, like, you know, businessy things and things like that. I say spitting all over it. Jesus. Yeah, I need like a new computer for work, and I need to, like, you know, do emails and stuff. So I'll just get like a, you know, I got a Mac for that, which, you know, I know is sacrilegious and very out of character. But I gotta tell you, it runs streams really well. Decided for some reason I was gonna do a full company of Imperial Fist, which is gonna be like 100+ models. I mean, I love the initiative. I love the gumption. And I would do the exact same thing, but if I was in your shoes, I would immediately get distracted and then start doing something else. Which is not, I'm not saying you're going to do that, but I'm saying I would. Because I know it. It's the same way that I said I was going to start painting Emperor's Children. Like, I started painting some Legionnaires, and, like, do you want to know how far I got? Do you know how far I got into painting Emperor's Children? This. This is it. This is all I have to show for my labors. Him. Him alone. And he's not going to focus, so you don't even get to see him. The Gundam Assemble starter decks come with 3 minis for the box for the more expensive version. That doesn't seem like a lot of minis. Still have rules and other stuff? I find it really interesting that everyone's like, oh yeah, Gundam's gonna be doing a Warhammer. This is gonna, like, destroy Games Workshop. And I'm just like, I don't feel like I feel like there'll be some crossover between the people who like Gundam and the people who like Warhammer 40k. But I don't think it'll be big enough to really, like, cause a rift in the divide sort of thing. Like, maybe some of the Tau players will go, but outside of that. First time catching a stream live? Let's go! YouTube user quarter name. Let's go. I'm just vibing. I want to see if I can get back in the habit of doing streams more regularly. Like, I was having some computer issues a while back, which was really preventing me from doing so. Also, I just had a heat wave, so it was hot as fuck in this room, so I couldn't actually, like, I couldn't survive in here. Like, I was literally all throughout this week, I was doing my job in this room, just like... Awful. Evil. I hated it. Hated every second of it. $30 in cards. The Gundam Assemble Pack would be like $30, I think, for 5 minis. Okay. That's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap. I don't like the aesthetics of Gundam, which kind of sucks because it has a chokehold on mecha stuff, and you love mecha. I mean, that's fair, you know. I feel like people would think the same way about Warhammer if they didn't really like the aesthetic of it. Because I'm sure there's people out there who really love the kind of game Warhammer is, but just, like, doesn't vibe with the, like, very particular aesthetic that it has going for it. Which, like, I understand, right? Like, I totally understand how that could shake out and, like, why people would have that opinion. And it's just kind of a shame that, like, you know, Warhammer is such a particular game, but its aesthetic is also very particular. And if you vibe with one but not the other, it's like, sorry. My fellow paints Skaven. I love all the glowing warpstone in them. It's so pretty. Hell yes. Any miniature that has like a glowing bit in it, love that shit. What's the #1 creative hobby you'd recommend that's not expensive? Please don't say Warhammer. I mean, I love Warhammer because it's just a game that I really like to play. But, like, literally just learn how to draw. Like, get a pencil, get some paper, start doodling stuff. It's great. Doesn't cost a single dime. Actually, I should probably test this to see if it works before putting it on my face. Ooh. Okay, this eyeline is getting a little bit scudgy, actually. Also, don't worry, I'm using my wrist as, like, a tester, so I'm not, like, failing at jujitsu and just bruising my shit. Oh, God. Look at that. It's not gonna focus. You see that bubble there? That's, like, pure ink. I think this thing's, like... Yeah, if I put this in my eyes, I might go blind. Crochet is pretty creative and cheap. I get a lot of my yarn from thrift stores and charity shops. Hell yeah! I feel like crocheting is such a fascinating hobby to me because, like, I don't... It's not something that I very actively look at or anything like that. But I know the people who fuck with crocheting absolutely fuck with crocheting. And low-key, I love that for them. High-key, even, dare I say. Can't say long, but I love your content, dude. Thank you! YouTube user no more Mr. Nice Guy. Took me like 2 seconds to read that. The text is very small, and my eyes are bad. But I appreciate you. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can use this. I just need to wipe it off on something, because, like, there's a paper towel down here. There seems to be some, like, bubbling buildup. Oh, yeah, that's, like... It's like a whole bunch of, like, glunk that I just wiped off there. That would have made me go blind. Yo, what's up? Not much. YouTube user press. I'm just doing my eyes. Because I think that would be fun. Oh god, I can already tell this is gonna be... This is already gonna be a whole event, because, like, this nib is absolutely failing on me. So if I, like, fuck up the pressure for even a second, it'll go... Blah, blah, blah. Do you listen to old goth bands? I don't listen to a lot of old music. I don't listen to a lot of old music, I don't think. I listen to, like, new goth bands. Like... I don't know if Nuovo Testamento counts, but, like, they're one that I absolutely fuck with. It's been a long time since I've listened to them, actually. I gotta get back on that. This probably looks really weird, but I have, like, a mirror down here, which I'm using to, like, try not to fuck up my eyeliner. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, the head of this thing is, like, absolutely splitting itself. Like, look at that. No, it's not too uneven. Yeah. The cat earrings are dope. Thank you. There's a local artist here in Vancouver who is at a lot of conventions that I go to. And they make some good stuff. I try to get some earrings from them anytime I see them at convention halls and things like that. I've got a couple more around here. Like, I got these ones too, which are really nice. Like, they're more of a traditional cat skull type thing. These are more like bat skulls sort of thing. These were the first ones that I got from them, and they're really nice, and I really like how these came out. But, like, I kind of fucked them up on the back. Like, you can sort of see there's some discoloration because I just had them, like, lying around in the bathroom. And, like, some of the paint... Which is totally my fault. Like, it's not even that the paint's, like, wearing off. It was, like, sitting in an old pool of makeup and would, like, just goop all over the place. You know what I mean? I feel like you'd love the song We Are the Robots by Kraftwerk. I just might. I have such a bad ear for music. I literally just let Spotify just, like, do whatever. You know what I mean? It's a nightmare for my, like, you know, YouTube monetization. Because I'll get a stream done, and it's like, you have broken so many copyright laws. My God. We're taking you to jail, is what we're gonna do. Oh, God. Yeah, this pen is done. Like, I need a new eyeliner pen bad. My 3-year-old nephew is big into robots and going through his Kraftwerk phase. Let's go. I love just talking about media and things that we like. Oh, no. I fucked this up. Oh, God. Ah. It's Glunky. It's a bit silly. I'm sold. What's this? Whimsicalness? I love whimsy. How did you know? It's not like I've been trying to put out mirth and whimsy onto the internet for 28 years at this point. Ever since I made my first Tumblr account 28 years ago. To this very day. I feel that I may have accidentally melted a Hormigaunt in my team years due to a nail polish spill on my lazy ADHD ass. That's kind of dope, actually. We should meld more of our models. Like, there's some really great shit that people have done by absolutely fucking up their models. Like, there was a really great, I think it was a Space Marine diorama that I saw a while back, where someone got, like, a nail that they, like, made red hot and, like, stabbed it through a Necron to make it look like a plasma gun had, like, dissolved a hole, like, right through his chest. It was dope as fuck. And, like, that's the shit that we need. And, like, I think that, like, yeah, we gotta fuck up more shit, man. Like, that's one of my favorite things about painting orcs, is that, like, I can, like, cut arms off. I can, like, put bullet holes in things. I can, like, drill the fuck out of shit. Gives it some, like, cool battle damaged aesthetics, and it's just fun to do. It's just, like, extra customization options, and it's like, I love that. Oh, God. Alright, let's see. How am I doing? I'm, like, trying to paint my eyeliner wings in with, like, a shitty eyeliner pen that I got from, like... I think I got this from, like, Miniso or something. Like, it's not a good quality thing. So I'm probably just gonna fill it in later with, eyeshadow. It's my hack. I'm allowed to do what I want. Fuck you. The poor bug was only a puddle, though, but I destroyed many Space Marines in the name of making bases for my Xenos. I love that. Like, there's something so beautiful to me about buying a full-ass, like, Warhammer model just to annihilate it in the name of making something else look cooler. It's creativity manifest. That was really loud, apparently. I'm gonna go Ultra Kill now. Get on out of here. Have a good time. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. I'm looking at this little mirror here. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna like doppel in some black to like get a bit of a gradient effect going on. But yeah, I think I wanna... I don't know. I was gonna say something and just whoop at the other side. Let's see. Because I don't want the black to be too overpowering, because I really like... I like the blue sort of shade that I've got going on here. But I want to find that balance, you know? Yeah, normally when I, like, start the black gradient, it starts to, like... It kind of starts to overpower the rest of it, but... I don't know, just play that one by ear. Seems to have trouble, like, integrating into the sort of white sections that I've done. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like the sort of stream analytics have been holding up for the most part. I've only got like 80 drop frames so far. Which would be good, because like if I can get like a more reliable like stream setup going on, I think I'll just like... I don't know, I miss just like throwing on like a stream in the background and just like doing whatever, you know? Like makeup, painting, just hanging out and vibing. Because, you know, I really feel like it's just fun, you know? It's a fun thing. I like to do it. And I like to yap about stuff. Which I do online anyway for free, so... Okay, I said I don't want the black to be too overpowering, but it's certainly doing something. If I take some photos later today, I can like get in there with some like color correction. I always have to do a little bit of color correction on my photos because like the lighting in my room is just awful. Awful, awful. Okay, maybe if I take a darker blue, I can get more of an impressive gradient going on. Sounds like a pleasantly chill social while doing other things. I know, right? It really is the vibe that I like to go for. That's sort of the vibe that I want to have on the internet, you know? Like, I just want to be... I just want to do stuff and hang out. Because, like... Here's my take. I feel like a lot of people on the internet are, like... What's the right word to use? Content-pilled? Is that a word? Probably not. But, like, everybody wants to be... You know... Everybody wants to have that semblance of authority. They want to be a cool online internet person and, like, respected in their field. I just want to vibe, man. Like, I know I'm not going to be, you know, the best Warhammer painter out there, but I just want to paint some funny little guys and post about it on the internet. I'm not going to be the best Warhammer player out there, but I just want to share my experiences and, like, vibe about stuff. And I know I'm not going to be the best, like, makeup person out there, but I just want to chill out, do a fun hobby, and whatever happens, happens, you know? Like, that's really the vibe that I try to bring to the online space, you know? Like, I think too many people try to be experts. That's kind of my take. Like, I always get, you know, because I like make stuff online, I always get, you know, TikToks and YouTube videos about, like, you know, here's how to beat the algorithm, and here's how to get 20 more billion followers in like 30 days or something like that. And it's always like, you know, it's always just the most soulless SEO, like, AI scraping mechanical shit that you can possibly think of. It's like, whatever happened to just like doing stuff because you liked it? Or you thought it was fun, you know? I want to have fun. That's what I want to do. I don't want to make 30,000 followers in 20 days. I want to make a dumb joke video and put it on the internet. I want to make a video about how Duke Nukem can't ejaculate and post it without any sort of preamble or warning. I also put glitter on my eyes. Fuck you. This glitter's really nice, actually. It's kind of on the fence about it to begin with, but like, you know what? I'm vibing. I'm vibing with it. I love referencing the Duke Nukem video that I posted like 8 months ago at this point. I think it's currently sitting at like 300 views or like something so tiny like that, and I'm just like, this is my magnum opus. This is the greatest thing I've ever done. Just search Ethan Cat Duke Nukem, and then, I don't know. Don't do that, actually. It's stupid. It's the only good thing I ever posted on Twitter, and I'm glad that I took it for posterity. Alright, there's my fucking glittery eyes done. I always feel like I weight glittery eyeliner, like, kind of incorrectly. Oh god. I'll have to fix the lighting in here the next time I do this, because, like, it looks like... It looks kind of scungy. I don't know. I feel like I missed something I would have loved. You know what? Everybody did. Nobody understands my art. God. No. My personal content philosophy is that if I just, like, find something... If I just think about something that I think, oh, this could be mildly funny, I'll just make it and post it on the internet. Like... And that's the philosophy that I think more people need to have. Like, you know, I just want to make dumb stuff. I just want to be dumb. I don't want to be smart. I don't want to be respected. Lord knows I'm not going to be. Like, I don't know if you have any named Tyranids like the way you name your Orc boys. I thought about doing a Tyranid video, because I only have 2 Tyranids, like, properly finished. And normally when I do those videos, I do them in sets of 3s, but, yeah, like, I thought about doing one, for the Tyranids. I thought about doing one of those videos for the Tyranids when I get enough of them dumb, and just be like, this is, or like whatever noise the Tyranids make, I don't know. I almost shot one of my earbuds across the room when I said that. Love your content. You look great. Thank you, YouTube user Goblin King 29. I appreciate it. Just trying to see how I can. Just gonna put some highlights above my eyelights. I don't think that's actually worked. I think that's actually sort of like darkening them up there for some reason, but it's creating a kind of blend. And you know what? I don't think it's actually being... There we go. That got a giggle out of me. Yes! I did it! I did the thing that I'm trying to do. God, my mustache is super visible today. Don't look at it. I gotta keep them on their toes. Gotta keep them guessing. Should I do some contouring on my nose? Like, I might do like, I've got some light contouring that I can do. I'm kind of half-assing it, to be honest. Like, I'm just sort of like taking it chill. I haven't done makeup in a while because it's been so hot. So I'm just sort of like going like, ah, whatever. It's blue today. Fuck you. There we go. Get a bit more muted down there. I'm sort of playing loosey-goosey with the shades right now. I think I might be a little bit sunburned, actually. kind of wreaking havoc with my skin tone right now. Yeah. I got a highlight pen. I'll just give myself a couple little highlights. Why not? I can't see any reason not to. What are we doing? Kind of look like I have some black eyes going on, but that's fine. I think it'd be cool to see some new backstories from the perspective of the orc boys in the air. Yeah, that would be cool. I feel like Tyranids and lore is like a hard needle to thread, because I feel like the Tyranids don't have lore, and that's also kind of the point. Like they're aliens. Like they're eating shit. Like that's their whole deal. They don't need anything more than that. And I think there's kind of a beauty to that, you know? Where's my... That's some lip stuff. Ah, there you are. Yeah, like, I think the Tyranids kind of need to have their lore taken into consideration from the view of the outsiders looking in. And, like, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. But it's just like, you're not going to have the story of Cromulox, the Hormagaunt, being like, ah, yes, it is time to go down to the planet and engage in battle. Because it's like, no, it's like, I am Tyranid. Like, we are all of the same ilk and hive mind. Right. Lip stuff. Gotta shut up for this. Ah. It's technically a lip stain, which I still don't know how to use properly. I don't know if there's anything I should be doing differently outside of, like, regular lipstick stuff. I'm just kind of doing whatever. Yeah, the lore was already vague as hell, and what we get is always from the Imperial perspective, but would love to see it from more of a Xenos perspective. There was... What book was it? It was The Infinite and the Divine. There was Necron mentioned in The Infinite and the Divine. So that does kind of count. You know what I mean? That does kind of count. Like, I think Orican the... no, it's... Traz in the Infinite basically throws a Tyranid at Orican the Diviner just to be a fuckwit, and ends up destroying an entire planet in the process. No spoilers, because I'm being vague, but... You ever had a Gene Stealer book? That'd be pretty fun. Lipstick is intimidating? God, tell me about it. I'm like freaking out just like looking at this thing. Ah! They say lip stains smudge less, but like, look at this. What am I doing with this, huh? There's a book of Catachan dealing with gene stealers. Okay, that'd be interesting. Because I feel like you kind of need the gene stealers to get the human perspective of the Tyranids. Because otherwise, it's just like bug. There we go. I'm gonna get my posture up right. It's definitely a Gene Stealer cult book. Good. As far as I'm concerned, they only ever appeared in that one level in Shooter's Blood and Teeth, which is a game that I still need to go back and finish. What do I need? I also want to do my nails again, because, like, they're They're crunking out, but I don't know if I do have nail polish. The cults are briefly featured in the Leviathan book too. Okay. I heard the Leviathan book wasn't that good. I didn't end up picking it up because of that. Well, also I just had no reason to. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's fun. Because, like, there's some factions in the game that I just have absolutely no concept for. So whenever they show up in books, I'm like, okay, I can actually find this interesting now. Like, when the Tyranids and the Genestealer cults showed up in, what was it? It was, The Infinite and the Divine. Literally just said the name like 2 seconds ago. I thought it was really interesting because, like, they are, like, it felt like they were exploring an organic part of this world rather than just being like, hey, here's a name you might remember. Or, like, here's a name we can throw at you like a Marvel movie. Oh my god. I think this nail polish might have gone bad, actually. The plus I see to Genestealers that the cult leader outfits serve the most. Yeah, that's right, they do. You know who uncharacteristically doesn't serve? Rogue traders. Like, the official rogue trader models that they have in 40k, like the Imperial Agents one. Like, I thought they'd serve more cunt. I'm not gonna lie. But they just don't, and I'm a little bit upset at them for that. Oh, this is like the worst. This is like the worst nail polish job. Ugh. Have you seen this new Superman movie? I did see it. And you know what? I had a fun time. You know, I kind of walked out of the new Superman movie after it was done. I didn't, like, walk out early or anything. Jesus. But, like, I walked out of the new Superman movie, and I think originally... I don't know, I feel like originally I felt a little bit disappointed. But I think that was more just, like... I think everyone was hyping it up a lot, and so I kind of, like, set my expectations too high. Because, like... I don't know, the movie wasn't perfect, the pacing had some problems, and I felt like everyone was talking such a big game about it that when I got out, like, that's what I was thinking of. Like, that's what I was sort of... Like, I was really comparing it to, like, all of the fucking... I was comparing it to the expectations that were set. And that is mostly my fault. Like, I didn't really, like, temper those. Mostly because, like, I am a big Superman fan. So, like, when I left the movie, like, I think I was a little bit more critical of it than maybe other people were, or maybe that I should have been. I think I posted in Thread. I think I posted on my Threads account that I thought that, like, Superman was a little bit mid, and I sort of, like, stepped away from it from a day and, like, came back to it later and be like, oh, okay, that, you know, I think my expectations just weren't met, and so I deleted it, which is fine because I posted it on Threads, so nobody saw it. But no, in retrospect, it was a fun movie, and I had a good time. And the way that everyone is talking about it in the sense that, like, it's just good to see Superman be, like, a nice guy again, that shit fucks. You would think that the rogue traders would have the best opportunity to serve. I know! As someone who's 75 hours into Rogue Trader, like... They should be serving the most. Also, I think it's hilarious that I'm like 75 hours into Rogue Trader, and I just got up to chapter 3. I literally just hit chapter 3 in Rogue Trader after 75 hours. That's crazy for a video game to be like that. Okay, I'm really half-assing this nail polish right now. Like, look at that. Like, that's... That sucks. Boo. Ah! I'm using like a scudgy oil-based nail polish from fucking Minnesota or something like that. This shit's probably like eating through the cuticles of my nail and like destroying my nail bed. You can always clean it later. I'm gonna have to. Oh god. I'm fucking this up so bad. I'm doing it on my like this is my dominant hand, which is like, oh god. I was gonna like take videos after this, and like now I'm gonna need at least like fucking 2 hours to like fix this shit. Ugh. Like look at that. Oh my god. That's like some unthinned Citadel paint shit right there. Jesus. How am I getting it on the lid of this thing? Like, how am I messing this up that bad? I'm an animal. But you know what? That's fine. Alright, one more. One more. Ah! This sucks. This is... I'm so out of practice when it comes to doing nail stuff. Like, you have no idea. Oh my god, this is... Look at... Ah! Ever watch the video Thin Your Paints? No, I have not. But people have told me been telling me to do that since the dawn of time. And I do it. But not enough, clearly. On the topic of Citadel and Warhammer, why did they butcher my Deathcore engineers? I thought people liked the Deathcore. I thought people liked all the new models that they had. How did I get it like there? Jesus Christ. They gave them whack-ass shotguns and a skull mask from the Grenadiers. I mean, who doesn't love a shotgun? I'm a big shotgun advocate when it comes to video games. God, this sucks so bad. I fucked these up so much. But you know what? That's life. I love the Deathcore, but they made the engineers into Grenadiers and they made the shotgun look bad. Yeah, it's tough, right? Like, because I feel like some people would say that, but some people might also really enjoy them. It's like hard to find a consensus on that kind of thing, I find. Yeah, but the new shotgun mold is basically an orc gun. I mean, orc guns are pretty cool. Like, you know, I'm not the guy to be complaining about orc guns too. Like, they're my shit. The poor Deathcore, they need more models. They are some of the most fun. Yeah, I think it's hard because, like the Astra Militarum, I feel like... I don't know, I feel like having... I feel like they need to be a little bit more integrated than, like, the Deathcore, the Cadians, the Catachan. Like, I feel like they should be treated like, you know, the Beast Snagger boys, or, like, the regular boys in terms of the Orcs, right? Like, you can mix and match those really quite easily. But I feel like when it comes to the Guard, it's like... It's almost like everyone wants it to be one or the other. And it's going to be really hard to, like, find kits that you can, like, do that to, if that makes sense. Because, like, otherwise you need to just be, like, running all Krieg infantry and, like, the minuscule other Krieg models that they have. And, like, if you want to play Catachan, how the fuck can you even do that? Like, they don't make the Catachan models anymore. It's, like... I don't know, like, I feel like it needs to be a little bit more integrated. Like, I almost feel like... And I know this probably might be controversial. Like, I almost feel like the Deathcore of Krieg and the Cadian troops should be, like, on the same sprue set. Like, they're just customization options. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's heretical or whatever, but I almost think they need to be treated like that. Like, because otherwise you just have, like, two different battle line units that don't really... I don't know. Like, I guess the orcs have the beast snaggers and the regular boys, and like, you know, I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. People do see a lot of like combined arms units. That's fair. I think I should bring back the Malcador for the Deathcore and the Centaur, and then toll it together. Maybe. And like, I don't know. Is there really any difference between the Deathcore tanks and the other tanks? I don't know. I don't know anything about the Guard stuff. I almost played Guard, but I went Orcs instead. I figured if I was going to be painting a lot of like little dudes over and over and over again, I want the dudes to be as big as possible so I get the most value for money out of the plastic. It would be really nice to get multi-option kits that somehow retain the personality without homogenizing it too much. Yeah, and I feel like that's hard to do with something like the Guard, because you have all of these different Guard regiments. I mean, you have the main three, right? The Deathcore, the Cadians, and the Catachan Jungle Fighters. Like, I feel like the Orcs have it right in the sense that, like, they do have a lot of, like, multi-part kits. Like, not multi-part, but, like, you know, the Dakka Jet can be a Blitzer Bomber, a Burner Bomber, or a Wazabomb Blast Jet as well. Or, like, you know, the Battle Wagon can be a Bone Breaker or a... You can, like, set it up in different ways to be different things. And, like, I feel like you can do that when, like, the Orcish aesthetic is the Orcish aesthetic. So, like, you can have, like, more options within, like, the kits that you have. But if you have factions that are, like, have really sort of, like, contrasting or different aesthetics, like the Deathcore, like the Cadians, like the Catachan Jungle Fighters, then it just gets difficult to do. And I think at some point, you either need to homogenize it a little bit, or, like, pull them out into their own things. I don't know. Hello, YouTube user Mad Maxine Collecting. What's up? Deathcore use the same armor they shine for infantry and artillery since they're a siege unit. Okay. At least they use the same armor. Like, if you had different tanks for, like, the different, like, if you have different, like, what do you call them? Standout units, or, like, what's the word? Centerfold units. That's not it, but you know what I mean. Like, if you had different of those ones for the various different Guard regiments, I agree, that would get a little bit wacky tobacky. But if you can just paint any tank like a Deathcore, or like paint any tank like a Cadian, yeah. I think then they blend the Catachans and Cadians together and then separate the Deathcore. Maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when it comes to an army like that, you need to spread it out multiple ways or not spread it out at all. Like, I feel like having the Guard and the Deathcore, like, I feel like that doesn't really make sense. Like, I feel like if you're going to have multiple different Guard flavors, you need at least 3, sort of thing. Because, like, I don't know, like, you have the Chaos Space Marines, and then you have all the Splinter Chaos Space Marines, which have their own army unit. You have the regular Space Marines, and then you have all of the other sorts of Space Marines as well, like the Blood Angels, all of the other ones. God, I'm such a fake fan. I always forget them every time I... Literally, you ask me to give a list of something, and I will forget everything that I've ever touched upon about it. But yeah, I don't know, like, I feel like they need to, like, I feel like they need to either do more Guard stuff or homogenize the Guard stuff. Because otherwise, you get, like, these weird... You know, is the Deathcore its own thing? Are they, like, custom units? I don't know. What's funny is, because the Deathcore was so much larger as a whole due to the Forge World and their popularity, they lost all of their cool shit. Oh, God. And that's the other thing. Like, do you base it, like... A lot of this is also going to be based on, like, what people are buying, right? So, like, if the Deathcore is popular, they're just going to keep doing, like, Deathcore stuff, you know? I almost feel like at this point, the Deathcore is, like, overtaking the Cadians in terms of, like... Well, like, they're the Guard now. Like, they're kind of, like, the de facto Guard unit, just because they become more popular. I don't know. Wait, the Earthshaker Cannons, Centaur ACPs, Mars Rust Tanks, the Grenadiers who could be used as 6-man scions. Yeah, it's like you've got... Yeah, there's so many little things about the Guard that, like, I just don't really get. And that's just because I don't know too much about them. Like, what the fuck are the Tempestus Scions? Like, how do they fit into everything? Orc is orc. That's what I like. All right. I think for the time being, my makeup is, yeah, it's pretty much done. I've just got some like cleaning up that I got to do with the base and everything like that. I got to fix this lighting in here. This lighting's pretty horrible. And I also got to go wash my fingers off because I absolutely fucked up this nail polish. But that's fine. But anyway, I think I'm going to call it there for now. I'm going to go eat something because I'm starving. And I might take some photos of my makeup later. Do something like that. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out and chatting with me for a little bit. I always love the company. It's just nice. And yeah, now that I've like tested this setup, I'm gonna like watch the footage and see how that sort of shakes out there. And yeah, I might just do these more often, more frequently. I might paint some models. I might do some makeup more often. I don't know. It's just fun to hang out and vibe, you know? So have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next time. I had a hotkey that like... Nope, well... I guess BRB technically works. Ah, well. What am I doing? What a good day.